Every morning at sunrise, Maya sat on the same wooden bench by the lake. It had been her quiet place since her husband passed away 2 years ago. The grief still echoed, but the lake helped her breathe through it. One day, as she watched the sunrise, a small, scruffy dog limped toward her, thin, shivering, with eyes full of sadness, but also a strange sense of hope. Without a second thought, Maya took off her scarf and wrapped the little dog in it. She named him Chance. Each day, Chance and Maya sat on that bench. She whispered her fears, her pain, her lost dreams. And Chance listened, quietly, loyally, lovingly. Slowly, Maya started smiling again, at birds, at clouds, at life. One morning, a young girl passed by and asked, "Why do you sit here every day?" Maya smiled, then looked at Chance and said, "Because I once lost everything. But this little soul reminded me I still had something to give." The girl sat down beside her. The next day, she returned. Then a boy joined, then an old man. That bench, once a place of sorrow, became a circle of healing, and all because Maya chose not to give up. And because a lonely dog needed love just as much as she did. Even in your darkest moment, something or someone can show up and remind you that your story isn't over. You matter. Your heart still has so much to give. In the middle of a busy city street, there was an old clock tower that hadn't worked in years. Its hands were frozen at 2:47, rusted and forgotten. People walked by every day without even glancing at it. Just another broken thing in a world that moves too fast. But one little boy, named Rami, noticed it every single morning on his way to school. One day, he asked the old shopkeeper nearby, "Why doesn't anyone fix that clock?" The man sighed. "People only care about things that are useful. Once it broke, they moved on." Rami didn't like that answer, so every day after school, he brought a cloth and gently cleaned the base of the clock tower. He sat beside it and talked to it as if it were alive. One evening, during a terrible thunderstorm, the city lost power. Everything went dark. No phones, no streetlights. Panic started to rise. But then something miraculous happened. The old clock, silent for over a decade, ticked, then another tick, then the hands moved. 2:47 turned to 2:48. It began to glow from the inside. A soft golden light filled the square. People gathered, stunned. In that moment, the old forgotten clock became the only light and guide in the storm, and when the power returned, the clock kept ticking. The mayor came and asked, "Who fixed this?" The old shopkeeper pointed and said, "It wasn't a mechanic, but it was a little boy with a big heart.